Hello everyone, welcome to what should be the final episode of It Gets So Lonely Here. Hopefully we're actually going to see some Yuri this time, because we only got a smidgen last time. Oh god, I forgot. We might be dead actually. Look now, she has come all this way into the dark depths of the castle's cold, inhospitable dungeon to see you. Is that not kind of her? Oh dear one, the princess trills, entering the dungeon with a slight series of light, lifting steps. It would seem you have finally awoken. How are you? Based on all that infernal racket you've been making, it would seem like you have no shortage of energy. Balefully, you turn your head as to meet the eyes of the princess. She is standing but a few paces away beneath the roughly hewn stone arch, which bids one entry, but rarely ever an exit, to the dungeon. The dungeons are dull and drab, but the princess is wearing her favorite red dress. It is so bright and brilliant that, for a few moments, it hurts you to look at her. Once the red of the princess's outfit made you think of romance. Now it makes you think of violence. You must forgive me for leaving you down here for so long. That was unfair of me. I did think of waiting to here with you, by your side, until you were awoke, but... Once again, the princess giggles, a light, airy giggle, which does not at all suit the situation which you have found yourself in. A dungeon is not a fit place, after all, for a princess. It is horribly cold here, and so very drab, and there is nowhere nice and soft to lay my head. I could have brought my pillows down from my bed, I suppose, and my blankets. Sorry, but then they would have gotten dirty, and that would be a disaster. I need to be more careful. I won't have anybody left to clean up after my messes soon, when not I've dispatched of you, or when. Once again, the princess laughs. Her little laughter is light and lifting, like the chiming of a silvery bell, which does little to alleviate your concern. Sorry, I forgot to do my lip balm. It is dry as a motherfucker in my room, so hey, if anything, it makes you feel even more alarmed. Should she say she meant to dispatch of you? Yes, that's right. Could you not tell? I thought you might have figured that out already, after waking up in my dungeon, silly. Still smiling, the princess takes another step towards you. Would that you could, you would cringe away from her, but you cannot. I forgot something, one sec. Completely ignore that. I just had to put something in my door. You are completely powerless. The princess reaches out and places her hands upon your cheek. Her skin is very white, and though her touch is cool, it is less so than a frigid air in the dungeon. Though your body is aching, the princess's touch is gentle, and you find yourself leaning into it subconsciously. You wish she would keep holding you. You wish she would keep touching you. You luxuriate in her kindness as best you can. But though the princess's caresses are tender, your circumstances rather undermine them. How can you relax like this? Ah, you're such a good girl, the princess says, in a cajoling sort of voice, as one might address a cat. You've been so lovely with me while we've been together. I really couldn't ask for a better servant. I feel as though I've been spoiled. Why then, you ask her, is she doing this? Improbable thought, it sounds. She must be the one who chained you up. There's nobody else in the castle who would have committed such a feat. Everybody else is dead. Oh, why yes, how very astute of you. I was the one who orchestrated all of this naturally. Naturally, she says. as though her portrayal was a matter of course. Naturally. Why, you ask? Is this so natural to her? What does she mean to do with you? Oh, only what I've done to all my other servants. I have experience with this sort of thing, so please don't worry. I will take very good care of you. And by take good care of, she means, naturally, I'll kill you. There it is again, that word. She seems grossly inappropriate given all which has transpired. Naturally, there is nothing natural about this. Do you not think so? The princess examines you, her expression ponderous. It's natural to me, even if it isn't natural to other people. This just feels right. Imprisoning her servants in the dungeon and letting them die? Yes, exactly. There is a bit more to do it than that, though. Oh, of course there is. I like you, dear one, the princess says, in a voice which sounds uncommonly serious. You have been good to me, like I said, and kind. For that I will be eternally appreciative. You have done so good to me. In fact, that simply being with you is not enough. Not anymore. Your company can no longer content me. I'm a greedy, selfish girl, you see. Okay. The princess's smile widens into something sinister, her eyes flashing with a fiendish fever you have never witnessed before. And I don't want to feel you beside me. I want to feel you inside me. Well, of all the things your charming captive could have said, you did not expect that. The princess, perhaps noticing your confusion, begins to giggle, a giggle even lighter than Meringue and just as airy. It is just as inoffensive. I can see that you don't understand, dear one, but you aren't the only one. My last lady's maid said that too. Wanly, the princess sighs. A beleaguered woe is me sigh. What? So I need it. Good. Which makes her look even younger than the scant handful of years she truly possesses. And the one before that, and the one before that, and the one before that. I thought that you at least might have been able to appreciate my point of view, but perhaps not. I do not think it should be too complicated to grasp, really, but maybe my way of looking at the world is a little bit unique. That's what my nurse always used to say to me, at least, when she still had the breath to speak, of course. You look at the princess. Where else is there for you to look, really? Your eyes are fixed to her face. She is still smiling, but there is something sinister about her smile. Or perhaps in your anxious state, you are only imagining that there is something sinister about her smile. It is easy to see which does not really exist. It is easy to see things which do not really exist when your surroundings are festooned in shadows. In actuality, however, the princess does not look any different to how she usually does. Neither is she acting any differently to the way she usually acts. She has not changed. It is only your perspective of her that has changed. Tremendously, you ask the princess what she means, a question the princess is only too happy to answer. It's simple, really. Like I said, you were wondering, weren't you, why there weren't any guards or servants in the castle when you first arrived here. The question had crossed your mind, yes. You are sure that the princess said her ministers sent them away, though. Was that a lie? I wasn't being wholly truthful, no. I thought you would be afraid of me if you knew that what had actually happened. And I didn't want that. I wanted you to stay with me. My ministers didn't send anybody away, because I don't have any ministers. I dispatched of them too. Did you now? You suppose you ought to be surprised, but you still shudder regardless. My ministers weren't very much fun, I'm afraid. They had a lot of ideas about what I should and shouldn't do after my parents died. The princess stares at you, her eyes wide like black holes, empty, yawning abysses. So I killed them. I killed my servants too, though I did more of a thorough job with them than I did my ministers. How did you kill them? How are you able to do this? I did not care for my ministers, you see. They were all fusty old men, but I did love my servants. I loved my ladies' maids, and my undermaids, and all my scullery maids, and all my housekeeper, and all my cooks, and my large retinue of retainers. They were all like my family. They raised me in my parents' absence, and I adored them. They were so very dear to me that I had no real choice. I had to eat them. Does that follow? Not logically, no. Why, you asked the princess, your voice trembling, would you eat the people you love? It seems a poor way to repay them for their kindness. Well, why wouldn't you eat the people that you love? I don't think there could be any greater way of showcasing one's gratitude, unless you have any better ideas. Oh, I do. Letting me live. You weren't expecting the princess to turn the tables on you quite like this, and dumbfounded, you stare at her. Are you being serious, princess? You know precious little about love yourself, so it's hard for you to form a convincing rebuttal, but you muster up a few token arguments. You tell the princess that eating people isn't very nice, and neither is it strictly legal. And a better way to show your gratitude to your servants would be to increase wages or increase holidays. The princess listens to your argument. Her expression is astute, like a student poised to take notes in a very important lecture. Once you are finished, however, her concentration fails her. Her shoulders begin to shake, but it is not with remorse for what she has done. Instead, she is laughing. Oh dear one, that is very funny. But why should I care about the law? I'm a princess. One day I'll be queen. I am the law. That is a good point. But would eating people not turn her subjects against her? What subjects? I'm no fool, you know. No matter how I might act, and I know what happens beyond the castle walls. I know all about the plague. Once I might have had a populace to govern, but they're all gone now. I'm just a princess and nothing but name only, a monarch without any subjects. Don't you think that's sad? I know I do. It's so woefully lonely. She feels lonely. Then why has she systematically slaughtered all of her domestics? Doesn't make a lick of sense. Perhaps not to you. Gently, the princess caresses your cheek. But I shouldn't judge you too harshly. As much as I like you, dear one, you are a commoner. Perhaps you cannot understand the intricacies of my thoughts. Privately, you doubt that anyone would be able to understand the intricacies of the princess's thought process, largely because it is unreasonable. You do not say that though. Instead, you ask her the only question you can think to ask, with your weary throat which is sore from shouting. Why? Why, you ask? The princess blinks. It is because I don't want you to leave me, of course. Are you serious? Everybody leaves sooner or later, whether they have pledged their allegiance to me or not. That is simply the way of the world. People are fickle and inconstant, even to me, a monarch. That is why I decided to eat all my servants. I have no choice, you see. It was the only way to ensure that they would never leave me. When you think about it, they should be grateful that I would demean myself so, to consume their flesh and blood. I am a magnanimous ruler, you see, and I treat all my servants equally. I love every single one of you, and naturally, I love you too. You have been awfully nice to me, and you are very pretty alongside it. If you were a plain, ugly girl, perhaps I would not shower you with the affection quite as intense as this, but you've captured my heart. I think you're lovely, so I'll bestow you upon the highest honor I can conceive of. I want your body to mix with mine, and then we can stay together forever and ever. The princess leans in. You can feel her soft, silken hair brushing against your cheek. Against your cheeks can feel too the warmth of her breath as it ghosts against your skin. It is cold in the dungeon, but the princess's close proximity is preserved, though this might sound something of comfort. Her eyes are wide, her lips are so red. Her smile, meanwhile, is so sweet. I've been doing my best to fulfill the role that fate has dictated for me, but really, the princess exhales. Her eyes widen, which are boring into yours like two dark tarns. Finally, you think you can see, in the alarming lack of light, the lack of anything, in the princess's gaze of some humanity. It gets so lonely here, but this brief flicker of understanding which passes between the pair of you is soon cut short. The princess dips her head. She parts her lips, which are as red as the petals of the carnivorous flower. You feel the princess's breath against your neck. It is warm in the icy chill of the dungeons, and you shudder from it. For a few moments you think this overture of the princess's could be romantic in a way, but this too comes with a swift, merciless close. Oh, the princess's mouth is on your neck. She's biting my fucking neck. Oh my god, she is! The princess's teeth, sharp as needles, are in your flesh. The princess is draining your blood. She is supping on it in great greedy goblets, like a hungry animal, one who cannot truly comprehend the harm it is calling. Even as the princess sups from you, her arms twine around your waist, you find you cannot hate her. She is far too unworldly. You are sure, as the consciousness begins to fade, that the princess was being sincere when she spoke of her love for the past servants. This is simply the way the princess expresses this great love of hers, a good love which is very abundant. It borders up the monstrous. It is a love you never thought you would ever experience. As you think, this love of the princesses eclipses anything you have ever known before. It eclipses sanity. It eclipses reason. It eclipses all notions you might have had once of right or wrong. The princess, as you know full well, does not care about such concepts. You have always possessed a stubborn core, nestled beneath your weak-willed exterior, but the princess is even stubborner than you are. In the face of her love, you have met your match. The princess draws back desperately. You grasp for air, but she does not give you any quarter. As before, she dips her head, her red lips redder, still, with your blood, then splits apart her jaw. Her teeth, which are impossibly inhumanly sharp, glint wickedly like knives. Then she tears out your throat. The front of your nightgown, white. Don't worry, we'll survive this. Now it is red. There is so much blood you can smell it when you inhale, sharper than metal. It is so potent you can taste it on your tongue. You try to inhale, but this task proves to be on you. What with the twin perforators that have ruptured your skin. Your attempted breaths, when they escape your lips, sound like a sad sigh of wheezes. Your whole body, meanwhile, feels as though it is on fire. You make for quite the sorry sight indeed. But you'll forgive me if my sympathy is limited. You did bring this upon yourself, you know. You reap what you sow, and in your case, you made a series of bad decisions, which led to your ultimately demise. I did not make anything. Now what do you want to do? Will you accept this fate of yours and rest in peace? Or will you try to fight against it? I mean, fight against fucking what? Fight and do what? My throat is cut open. I'm just gonna accept my fate. What, really? You're fine with being eaten alive in a dark, dingily dungeon than being left to rot? That does not sound like a very satisfying ending to this particular narrative. But if that is what you want, then so be it. Then I'm not indulging you. That is what I've always done after all. The moment we first met, I have dedicated myself tirelessly to answering your wishes, and this time is no different. Do not be so foolish to think, though, you can escape me, even if your life's blood has mingled with that of the princesses. I am not going to relinquish my hold upon you that easily. I did pledge, after all, to remain by your side, come with what will, fire or flood. I will never leave you. You will never be lonely again. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, that was interesting. I guess I should have fought back. I mean, I still can try, right? So, just wait 1 second. Let's fight against our face. That is a good answer, I must admit. I like it. It's impressive how very defiant you can be, even in a situation as discomforting as this. Now, try not to cry. Keep your chin up. This is but a minor setback in your story. Like all fair maidens, you are deserving of your own happy ending. You need only the strength to try and seek it out. Why don't we give this another go? Just try not to be ensnared the hearts of any more monarchs, particularly those with unusual appetites. You are destined for far higher purposes than being an entree, and these are vastly more enjoyable ways to be eaten in the world. Is in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take? There's more? There's actually more? There can't be more, no. Let's go to the shore. Yeah, good idea. I just needs me to just come in handy. And but it's the style when we like run. Okay, I'm gonna save. I don't think there's more. I think that's just like a continuation to get like the other side, and then like after this one, I'll probably get eaten again or like die or something. And then it'll be like, hey, you wanna go to the village? Hey, you wanna go to the castle? No, I don't fucking wanna go. I think I like my end. I think, I think being eaten alive was the good ending. And I don't want another ending. But that was fun. That was really good. What a good story. Ebi-hime, I forgot how to pronounce it. I will check out other games for sure. But I think next time I'm gonna play Andy and the coffin. The coffin of Andy. I think I want to be for fun. But yes, I'm gonna leave this here and I hope to see everybody next time. But until then.